shine and the forest it's a glow. To live in love, that's the way we grow. Most beautiful place I know. So no matter where in the world I go, Guyana is my country, it's my home. So come and make we live it up. Them want to take we land, but you know we never give it up. But our country make we big it up. And we just find answer right now, we have to build it up. You see we go and we backside mine. Them coming like a treasure, what we search and we find. And when you see the kite your falls, me know it's a blow your mind. So come and take a trip, take no time to hesitate. Every 26th of May we independence celebrate. Our country at the best, there's no time for no debate. And together yeah we stand and we never separate. There's a golden city in the rising sun, down in the country where me hailing from. Yeah, make me tell you about the place where me from, with the fun and the vibes yeah done. In a sweet Guyana, I want me born and grow. It's a real paradise, most beautiful place I know. Just watch how the rivers them a flow, and the sun just a shine, and the forest it's a glow. To live in love, that's the way we grow. Most beautiful place I know. So no matter where in the world I go, Guyana is my country, it's my home. Linden people them a live it up. Watch the Kokwani people them a live it up. Watch the Berbice people them a live it up. Georgetown West Side people them a live it up. Watch the 𝒏𝒐𝒂𝒊𝒆𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈𝒄 people them a live it up. Watch the 𝒑𝒍𝒆𝒂𝒊𝒆𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒂 people them a live it up. All the Northwest people them a live it up. Madja, let them can you hear what I say? In a sweet Guyana, I want me born and grow. It's a real paradise, most beautiful place I know. Just watch how the rivers them a flow, and the sun just a shine, and the forest it's a glow. To live in love, that's the way we grow. Most beautiful place I know. So no matter where in the world I go, Guyana is my country, it's my home. Guyana, the land I love, love our culture and history. Cause you know we are come from far to get to right where we supposed to be. Guyana, the land I love, the land I love. Yeah, 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 yeah. In a sweet Guyana, I want me born and grow. It's a real paradise, most beautiful place I know. Just watch how the rivers them a flow, and the sun just a shine, and the forest it's a glow. To live in love, that's the way we grow. Most beautiful place I know. So no matter where in the world I go, Guyana is my country, it's my home.
Guyana
Caution them.
𝒐𝒊𝒔𝒄𝒍𝒂𝒊𝒎𝒄.
Make it an anthem. Land of Guyana, of rivers and plains. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment I leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. So nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I live in a foreign country. So nothing can change me. 6 races, beautiful faces. Put your hand them in the air if you're not racist. I pledge myself to honor always. I will never disgrace this. Them want peace and we mop. Wait your mothers, we not give you that. No, no, not one caress. Not a blade of grass. Listen up, 83,000 square miles. Oh my God, we find aisle. Me not tell you no lie. Guyana nice, but me swear for my life. Land of many waters, bring out all the leaders in the sun, them and the daughters. If you want to, we fight. No, no, not at all. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment I leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. So nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I live in a foreign country. So nothing can change me. Big up, stop broke. Allow it tough crook. It now is pretty, so nobody try act shook. God big up GRM, me know I'm a tax look. And when me have the money, me can go for my bank book. Beautiful Guyana, we there in South America. Land of kite, the flora and the fauna. Independent people, so we do what we wanna. Never violate, because you could become a Ghana. Them love we country, all the foreigners, them children salute you. In the Indian temple, long we border, we no want no problem. Never fall, we forever standing. Me love how God make ya, would never forsake ya. Unique in every way, good and never mistake ya. If Guyana was a girl, we surely would date ya. That's why them want take ya. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment I leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. So nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I live in a foreign country. So nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment I leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. So nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I live in a foreign country. So nothing can change me. Caution them.
𝒐𝒊𝒔𝒄𝒍𝒂𝒊𝒎𝒄.
Make it an anthem. Land of Guyana, of rivers and plains. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment I leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real Guyanese. And nothing can change me. So nothing can change me. I'm a real Guyanese. I live in a foreign country. So nothing can change me. 6 races, beautiful faces. Put your hand them in the air if you're not racist. I pledge myself to honor always. I will never disgrace this. Them want peace and we mop. Wait your mothers, we not give you that. No, no, not one caress. Not a blade of grass. Listen up, 83,000 square miles. Oh my God, we find aisle. Me not tell you no lie. Guyana nice, but me fear for my life. Land of many waters, bring out all the leaders in the sun, them and the daughters. If you want to, we fight. No, no, not at all. I'm a real Guyanese. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment I leave. I'm a real Guyanese. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real guy you need. And nothing can change me. So nothing can change me. I'm a real guy you need. I live in a foreign country. So nothing can change me. We got stop broke. I'll it tough crook. It now is pretty son about a try act shook. Got a big of GRM, me know how my tax look. And when me have the money, me can go for my bank book. Beautiful Guyana, we there in South America. Land of kite, the flora and the fauna. Independent people, so we doing what we wanna. Never violate because you could become a Ghana. Them love we country, all the foreigners, them children salute you. In the Indian temple, low we border, we no want no problem. Never fall, we forever standing. Me love how God make you, would never forsake you. Unique in every way, good and never mistake you. If Guyana was a girl, they surely would date you. That's why they want take you. I'm a real guy you need. From the time when I step on the scene to the moment me leave. I'm a real guy you need. From the red to the black to the gold to the white to the green. I'm a real guy you need.
Morning guys, share the live, share the live.
So nothing can change me. I'm a real guy you need. I live in a foreign country. So nothing can change me.
Morning guys, share the live, share the live. Welcome down to Livewire. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. No clouds overhead. So I want to say morning to everybody, morning to all the persons tuning on the live already. Quite a few persons here. Eunice Ragobeer, all the way from Canada, joining us pretty early, even before we got started at 6:37. Morning to you, Sally Jones, Soma Bipath, Rowena Lal. Morning to all you, Jerry Gomes, out of Georgia. Good morning to you. It's really wonderful to have you here. Carla Thomas, Irvin Ramcharan, right? Irvin Ramcharan, Koni Sowingo. Again, I'm asking, are you related to Nizama Sowingo? A good friend of mine. Cecil Rampasad, morning. Jamila, Geeta Narain, Sita Chitra, good morning. Good morning. Yes. I got some clips I'm gonna play here from the Freddie Gildari show last night. Interesting program. I didn't look at it, but one of the viewers of Livewire sent me the link, and I was able to have a quick look at it this morning. Good morning to you, Zaza. I hope everything is going well with you. Pam, morning. I got the photos of the garden. Also, people, I will be closing down that other Facebook account, the one with the blue shirt and the hat. It's getting a little too complicated with the having two accounts. So I'm going to be closing down that account. So if you are on that account and you don't have my old account which Facebook has given back to me, I suggest you add this account that you're viewing me on. This is the one that I use all the time, and that other account had some issues with Facebook, so we're gonna let that one go. So yeah, Pam, I saw the photos of the garden. Things looking proper there, man. You don't have to go to the market and shop no more, right? No. Diorajnath, good morning to you. Neil Ramlokan, coming to us all the way from New York. Good morning to you, brother. Omar Sharif, you're on Facebook today. Usually you join us on YouTube, but I don't know if it's the same person. If so, good morning to you, brother. Augustus Andrews, Keith Benjamin, good morning. Gil Eon, good morning to you. Good morning. Rowena Lal, what's going on in Fort Lauderdale? What's the weather like there this morning? I hope everything is great on that end. Shout out to my good friend Leroy Mangal from New York City. Good to see you here. Good morning to you, brother. Arjun Arjun, morning to you, brother. Good morning. Rennie Prasad, morning, everybody. We in high spirits. And let me tell y'all why. Matter of fact, let me show y'all why we in high spirits. Why we in high spirits, man? Let me show y'all why we in high spirits. So y'all check this out. That's how TKR watching we. Real Lex can share by. This is we year. This is we year. This is we year. And y'all know, once our CPL team was at the National Stadium representing Guyana and securing this undefeated streak that they have been on, right? They had some worries outside, but we're not going to give them any kind of attention other than to mention that they had a few worries that got a little freak to come out there and make themselves silly about an oil contract that wasn't signed by anybody in this administration. This administration had nothing to do with the messed up oil contract that is there now. So I think those persons who were at outside the National Stadium last night making themselves a fool whilst the Guyana Amazon Warriors were performing on the field, making us Guyanese proud. Because you know we love the cricket. Y'all know we love the cricket. So whilst they were out there making us proud as Guyanese, right? They are outside there doing foolishness. And you know something, the sad part about the situation is they're going to the wrong place. But they couldn't go to the right place yesterday because me know if y'all know, but big fired Congress place. Big fired Congress place. Let me show you how we're going on. This was the scene yesterday. So now remember, these people ain't got access to culture, youth, and sport equipment. The tractor and the not a brush cutter. We just call this implement that you attach to the back of the tractor. Anyway, the tractor, the weeding implement that you attach to the tractor to weed big fields and those kinds of things. They don't have access to it anymore. Big fire in Congress place. So that's why Glenn Lal and Co couldn't go out there and protest. Right? The smoke was too thick at Congress place. The smoke was too thick. Now, like I said, they don't have this access to these facilities out of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, where they used to engage in maintaining and manicuring the lawns there at Congress Place. But now that they don't have access to it, they just leave the grass to grow. I think just the other day I saw a post from somebody over at Congress Place saying that, oh, they're using the land to maximize the value and all this other stupidness that they're talking. But they never used to pay to weed the place. They used to take the people them tractor from Culture, Youth and Sport. You understand? Drive it over and weed Congress Place. Y'all could tell me which other period y'all see Congress Place lawn so well manicured other than 2015 to 2020. There's no other time. There's no other time. That was the best days of Congress Place, like 2015 to 2010. You understand? So this was the scene just at the front of Sapphire, on the right hand side of Dennis Street. No, yes, no, left hand side of Dennis Street. Left hand side of Dennis Street. On the right hand side, you got the Sapphire Exhibition Center, the National Two-Show Council Secretariat there, right? And this was no little fire. This was a massive bushfire happening on the grounds there at Congress Place. A set of palm tree went up. They didn't even care the thing that's the symbol. You understand me? So I wanted to make y'all aware of what's happening over there. Literally, Congress Place is burning down. You understand? Look at the ground, scorched earth. Scorched earth, people. Scorched earth. Imagine that. You cannot maintain right where your party operating. The grounds on which your party operating on. You know, they won't even take all that space they got there and put in some kind of facility for the youths in Sapphire. Some place nice, concrete. You put a basketball court or something where the youths in that area could come out and have some recreation. But for some reason, that mightn't be on the in the forefronts of the minds of people like Brenarton and these people like um Ganesh Paul, and you see Marvin Williams walking in there. You see, you see, this is Marvin. This is Marvin, right? And look at Marvin tent. The police should take a note of this. Marvin, you got 10 permit. You gotta check that out, man. But folks, listen, listen, listen. Last night, and I got some other content prepared for y'all. But last night there was a program with Freddie Kassoon and Leonard Gildari, and I wanted to share some of that with you. And I know a lot of people would message me and say, "Don't bother with people like Paul or people like Joe King," right? I want y'all to understand. It's not that I'm bothering with them, but it is a refusal to allow them to continue to spin the narrative and to let other persons believe the foolishness that they're putting out there, right? Paul is one of the persons who messaged me the other day and asked about moving forward with the elections fraud cases that are before the courts currently. I don't know if it's the universe, but the very next day, we had an interview with the special prosecutor, Mr. Danny Ram, the special prosecutor in relation to these election fraud cases, the King's Counsel, who outlined where we are, what is currently happening, what is delaying the process, and the fact that his team or the persons prosecuting this matter, they're being meticulous because they don't want any loopholes or anything for you to fall through, any foolishness like that. Right? Mr. Ramdani, thank you. They don't want any loopholes or anything like that. So when they present their case to the judge or wherever it is going to be presented, it is airtight, rock solid. He spoke of the mounting of evidence that was there, the amount of witnesses that were interviewed. He spoke of the volume of documents that were delivered to the defendants and the court. So I want to assure persons like Paul that the case will move forward. Without a doubt, it will move forward. And persons will be held accountable for trying to derail the democracy in the country of Guyana. And bareface too. Bareface too. So I'm coming to the Freddie Gildari show. Now, you got persons like Sherrod Duncan, Mark Denchcock, Rickford Burr, a lot of people on that side of the fence who continue to put it out there that the elections of 2020 were rigged by the People's Progressive Party Civic. That is the narrative that they're putting out there. Despite the video evidence, despite the hundreds of live videos that went out, persons' recordings that were uploaded to Facebook, the reports of the ABCE countries, the report of the local observers, the report of the international observers. Despite all of that, these persons continue to put out the narrative that the PPP was responsible or rigged these elections. No, I can't play the whole interview or the whole program, the Freddie Gildari show. But they had two aspects of the program that jumped out at me. Dale, you're a little late this morning, but you're earlier than usual, so we're going to take it. Welcome, Dale Henry. Right? So let's look at the first clip. Let me give you the first clip.
To show, I want to put this on the camera. If you can read that, that's his image up there. And it says it's taken from Newsroom, and it's a reproduction of the Facebook page of Dominique Gaskin of July 17, 2020. And it's headed, Dominique Gaskin, not a shred of evidence, coalition won elections. Mr. Gaskin, that is you, and those are your words?
Those are my words, and that is indeed me.
Yes. And is this a true reflection of what you said?
Yes, I think it's actually taken from verbatim from what I wrote, so yes, it is.
And 3 years have gone, and is there anything that would cause you to depart from this pronouncement here?
No, nothing has changed as far as that is concerned, because that was posted after the recount of the ballots, and there's been no new information or no new evidence to suggest that the recount or the results of the recount were not valid or did not reflect the actual results of the election. So, no, that stands. Those comments stand.
Bernard?
Those comments stand. Those comments stand. So, as he said, well, he'll say it in the next video. He's a member of the AFC, and I think a founding member at that. And these comments were made after the recount, which he would have had access to the results. He would have had access to the process and all of that. Remember Dominique Gaskin, whilst he's Granger son-in-law, he come from the PNC, the AFC. So Granger had no say or nothing over how he operated and them kind of thing. No say. So a member of the AFC, I don't know if he's still a member. He might be in exile now because he didn't jump on the gravy train. Or I shouldn't even call it a gravy train. He ain't drinking from the Kool-Aid mug. Right? He ain't drinking from the Kool-Aid mug. So Dominique Gaskin says these indeed were my comments at that time. And what I love is that Freddie then asked him, hey, 3 years has passed. You know, he had access to new information or more information from then to now. What are your thoughts now? And he reiterates his views have not changed. His views have not changed. Looking at all the things that we saw, there's a clip of Granger saying, I've never seen the SOPs. I saw a spreadsheet and I went with it. Right? This is a sitting president at the time. A historian, as persons put it. So he should be well versed or had enough time to review the Constitution to understand how it works and what it says in relation to how votes are tabulated in a national election in this country. What is the source document that is supposed to be used? Whether it's a spreadsheet or is something that is called statements of poll. So we see Dominique Gaskin here not allowing himself to be caught up in the foolery that is expressed by the opposition almost on a daily basis that they won the 2020 elections. And then they have some persons out here in society that say, oh, we're past that stage. Why are you still mentioning SOPs? The question should be, why is the coalition still claiming victory at these elections? You understand? Why are they still claiming victory with all that has happened? Look at the COI and what it revealed. Put so many high-ranking officials in the Guyana police force into disrepute. Look at them. A set of senior ranks in the Guyana police force. They're now farming. Farming is not a bad thing. But my thing is, they were trained. They were trained by the Guyana police force. They were sent on courses to serve. So now the people who pay taxes, who pay for them courses, pay for them to go and whatnot, not getting the service because they get involved in foolishness and have to distance themselves. I keep telling you all, go back and look at the testimony of the former substantive commissioner of police. You go back and look at that testimony, and you could tell me how Parslow could be on Clifton Hickens' case. Mark Conway. When you listen to the testimony, at one point in the COI, one of the commissioners said to the commissioner of police, the chair said to you, I am in fear for my life. You didn't see that as an emergency or a reason to act. The chairman of GCOM said to the commissioner of police, I am in fear for my life. And he didn't see that as a reason to jump into action and do anything. Right? The former commissioner of police. Y'all go back and watch the video. Go back and watch the video. Go back and watch the video, and I don't care who vex. I will always mention the SOPs until they pull it out from where they get it from. You understand? Until they pull it out from where they get it from. And I'm eager for the elections case to go on, because those SOPs that GCOM has at the court will say a lot. And a lot of the persons who supported the rigging attempt, I love to hear their argument then. Right? Because I wonder if they can say, well, the court support, the government paying the court now. Right? The government paying the court now. Anyway, let me go back to Freddie Gildari. So this is the meat of the thing that I wanted to play for y'all. Right? Y'all listen to Dominique Gaskin here, the former Minister of Business. And you remember he had dual citizenship, so he had to give up the thing. Right? And they talk about nepotism in the PVP. I don't know. Anyway, Dominic, let me go.
Be the son-in-law of the then sitting president, which is David Arthur Granger. And for him to have come out there, it was interesting. And so my first question to you, sir, because you're sitting here, we're doing history now. It's the first time that you're really going to have an insider, at least on this show, who's going to say, look, this is what happened. What were you feeling when you decide to go against what would have been the grain? And you come out and say, look, I disagree with what the narratives that you guys are putting out there. What did they say to you?
How should I put that, or where should I start? It wasn't a sudden coming out, so to speak. I had an early indication, early in the Guyana context, because the elections were on a Monday. In most countries, we would have had results by Monday evening. But by Tuesday evening, we had some results, and it still could have gone anyway. By Wednesday, for sure, I think we realized that while there was still some hope that things weren't, this was going to be either a very close election or we would lose the election. I'm speaking as a member of the coalition at the time. By the time of the declaration that was made for Region 4 by the returning officer, Mr. Mingo, I knew that those results could not possibly, the results that he declared could not possibly have been accurate. I think he had started off with Georgetown and the Georgetown area, and I knew what the results in the East Bank and the East Coast were. So the lead that we had in Georgetown, given the East Bank and East Coast results, could not have given us a victory when we take into account the overall results from all the other regions. So when he made his declaration, and when I saw the results overall for Region 4, I knew it could not be correct. And that would have been, I think, the Thursday, the 5th of March 2020.
Could not be correct. The announcement by Mingo could not be correct. Y'all listen to what this man saying, and I encourage y'all, go and check out the entire interview. Y'all check out the entire interview. Look at these people. So hats off to you, Dominique Gaskin, for being as honest as you are, not falling to peer pressure. Again, this man married the former president's daughter. So one would suspect that he would hold a line. Well, yeah, sometimes father-in-law, son-in-law don't agree. But at least he was honest enough, and he remains honest enough to call a spade, and that is the issue with a lot of the Kool-Aid brigade / blow brigade / team rigorous, right? That's the issue with them. They refuse to either admit or to leave it alone and move on. They're still holding out this narrative that, they won these elections. And we know that's not true. We know that's not true. I see Sally Jones asking a question. Why he wouldn't ask his father-in-law about the results and the rigging? So y'all go and watch it. Hopefully I catch Granger in the streets one day and I can ask him about it. But as you know, we don't really see the former president anywhere, not even on functions. So I'm wondering if he's not being invited to these things. There was a fired Congress place. I wonder if he went there to see what was going on there. What's happening? But somebody, a board told me that he's slated to make a return for these internal elections at the PNC. So I think R.B. Norton better watch himself because Granger's coming back. You understand? Granger's coming back. Morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I didn't get to look at the show last night with Freddie Soon. Or the Freddie Soon in the live show, but with the little clips that would have seen there. I mean, imagine, this was the first official of the APN, the then APN EFC government, that were not comfortable with the rigging attempts by colleagues.
Yeah.
Right? And he was an hierarchy of the coalition leadership.
Yep.
And he acknowledged from the inception. You understand? And he even advised them not to take that route. Right? So I just would like to know if Mrs. Coretta McDonald and the entire APN DFC cabal right now, if they haven't took a page out of that man's book.
No, sir. I'm saying they didn't.
You know, because when you listen to the man, even if he would have supported the policies of the Indian government, he was very much adamant to refute the baseless claim of winning the 2020 election, right? And I just hope when the finality of the cases, the election cases, right, when those cases are completed and persons are convicted, right, whether they receive a jail time, I hope they will not see it through a racist lens.
That's the first thing they're gonna do. They're jailing our Afro Guyanese. We need to come out and protest.
It will not create a havoc in this town because it will not be 1997 and it will not be 1992 or 2001.
Yeah.
It's a total different era. I hope they acknowledge that.
Bro,
right?
I'm telling you, the Guyana police force is better equipped to deal with them. You understand me?
Understand. But then we have rogue elements in the Guyana police force as well who support these people and the narrative as well.
I ain't worried about that.
So
them same rogue elements you're talking about.
Right? I'm saying that I hope when the time comes for persons who would have been instrumental in the rigging attempt, when that time comes, I hope they do not practice it or try to context it using the pretext of racism.
Vishal, listen to me. Listen. You gotta be realistic, partner. We know the nature of the beast we're dealing with. That's the only argument they have to bring to their supporters, and in some cases, the rest of the Guyanese population, the few that's still listening to them, and the nonsense that they're putting out there.
You know what is the most atrocious thing? The most atrocious argument could emanate from these people is like, okay, they claiming they had evidence, solid evidence to convict or to incriminate the farm president, Mr. Jackson. One would have started when he assumed office in 2015. After that, you would have seen these evidence produced in courts of law, and persons within the PPP would have been convicted, right? Or hauled before the court because he's incriminated evidence. Only to see the former president being hauled before the court for some land that they claim he developed Pradoville 1 or Pradoville 2, and I know it's Pradoville 2. Sorry, these people had good.
Man, look.
These people had to never get be good soldier. Real thing. I think they put to order or they in orbit, right? I think they in orbit. They never an orbit. They could never be an orbit.
Can't be, brother.
They're in a spacecraft hovering in orbit. They're never an orbit. When you listen to these people, Mr. 𝒄𝒐𝒑𝒚𝒓𝒊𝒈𝒆𝒄 had the audacity to say, we got to disregard the SOP. SOP doesn't matter. How could one election get 5 results out? How? No,
look,
I want the explanation.
I can't explain that to you. I can't explain that to you at all.
One election. So you tell me, you go buy a lotto ticket. The numbers that you get is not in winning number.
But you show up for collect the money from the lotto company without your ticket.
So how would that gonna happen?
It doesn't work like that. The guy in a lotto company would chase you out the yard.
So that means that I got to lie, write up some pieces or something.
Even if it don't work like that, no.
No, I can't flap no what like. I can't how it is. Right? Because remember, these people got all the intelligence, all the intellect.
Yes, like Darren Wade and Neil Boston.
Yeah. You see the monkey parade with Darren Wade and the only man around himself.
That was a little while ago, but it did happen. The guy is retired. And that's it. That is Darren Wade only suit. That is Darren Wade only black suit. Look what Darren Wade do with the suit. Throw himself on. Oh, kill me.
These people that go second colors. What? I feel these people now come out of politics and target software because you're too monkey. You got enough money, but
look.
do that rules like I need some. You get them, you get a jaguar, you get a nice monkey. We got different type of monkey in this country. It could be a real homegrown Guyanese software. Because people got it colors.
Yeah. But one of the viewers made an interesting notice something here that I think is interesting. They're contending that Coretta McDonald has taken over the role of Valda Lawrence. So she is now the one out there in the front spewing the foolishness and the divisive comments and the unverified, unfactual information that she's sharing with the people on advancing the idiocy that she hosted last night. Do you understand me? And got the nerve, as you just mentioned, to talk about the vice president's home and Pradoville and all that other nonsense. Y'all check it out. 𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒄𝒍𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈𝒆𝒄, the attorney that they love to hire. The attorney that everyone knows is no friend to the People's Progressive Party civic. Said in a video.
Now one of the attorney that during the 2020 election, he himself acknowledged the fact that the coalition would have lost the election. Could you
Yes. At least for me, he's a balanced guy. He don't take a side. He's present the arguments, and if he win, he win. He lose, he lose. 𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒄𝒍𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈𝒆𝒄 in a video said it clearly that they have no case against anybody there in Pradoville because the government of Guyana, which the land was bought from, you understand, subsidize all lots for citizens of Guyana. Nobody in this country pays the full price for a house lot from the Guyana, the Ministry of Housing and Water. Nobody. It is all subsidized.
You know, Mr. Jack, you would have gotten that land through the legal process.
Of course, if he didn't, they would have they'd have taken it back. They'd have find some way to take it back or take him to court, and it was not done.
They didn't look at Bottom big property in Delphia.
Well, I guess nobody living there knows. It don't matter.
And Bottom property more bigger than Jadeo property.
I dare say Mr. Lowenfield's property at Millie's hideout is bigger than that property.
Lowenfield got 270 acres.
I think it's a little more than that.
Okay, a little more than that.
Yeah.
The Mary Night of it, it reached 50 acres from the back to the front to the back. We couldn't get cycling.
Wait. Vishal, thanks for calling. I got to deal with this here. But thanks. Okay. Thank you, my brother. Ian Peters. Darren Wade above anybody. You know what we don't have in common? The ability to complete a sentence in one go. That's something we don't have in common. That is the class difference. The ability to start a sentence and finish it in one go. Right? The ability to probably present an argument that makes sense. That is some of the differences we have between me and Darren Wade. Now, Ian, let me say something to you. I am not commenting on Darren Wade from a point of view or an uninformed point of view. And I'm not commenting on Darren Wade based on his political career. I am commenting on Darren Wade as a lawyer. He's a waste. He's a waste. I can't call him a friend because we're not friends anymore. Another Wade. And I maintain there's one good Wade in this country. I ain't going to call your name. But a Wade put me on to Darren Wade as an attorney to look after matter I was dealing with. Darren Wade. This is before all this election thing and he get popular and people know how stupid he's stupid in person. The boy is a mook. Right? Now let me tell you, hire Darren Wade to look after my matter. Darren Wade couldn't even present the evidence in court in front of the magistrate that was there. And I would say this because it's factual. Darren Wade didn't even know the procedure to present evidence to the court at the magistrate level, Ian. So Darren Wade is an idiot. Not even a pet lawyer, an idiot. A stuttering, bumbling fool. That is Darren Wade. That is Darren Wade. You ever see them use Darren Wade as one of the lead counsels to argue any position they got the opposition had? When they even went to the Court of Appeal, Darren Wade just sit down there as an attorney handing paper to Risedale. Full mook. Full mook. I stood up in court, Ian. Live it, because it says better to defend myself. When I hear the idiocy Darren Wade put forward, and it goes to show he got this culture from which party he come from. Because you know what? There was no preparation. There was no preparation before that case. Darren going there like a gunslinging wild oats. Full idiot. Full idiot. I am saying that to you. And Darren Wade could challenge that. If he claim a lie. Liable me. Full idiot. Morning caller.
Morning, Mr. Courdel. You know, I seen the program last night with Mr. Gaskin. And what Mr. Gaskin trying to say, right? With these people on the opposition, these people politics are all the answer. I know they're fooling their own supporters. They're fooling their supporters. You know what? And this girl here, what's her name? The union girl from the
Corretto.
Coretta McDonald. All of these people, the PNC should get traded up, all of them. They want fresh politicians. Fresh politicians.
Yeah.
These politics are being Northman, Father Lawrence, and this girl would just come in here making yourself a fool. Yeah, these just expire politics.
Yeah.
They want fresh politicians.
Yeah. That's what they need. And they've alienated people like James Bond, and you understand, because James Bond is a free thinker. James Bond had sipped the Kool-Aid early in the elections, but when he look at it as a lawyer, that's one thing with James Bond. James Bond doesn't allow anybody to put the integrity at stake. So he pulled himself out of that.
Well, that's what people can't stand the truth. They can't take Mr. Gaskin. The man was speaking last night of it. You sure they can't?
No, they're running mad today. They're running mad today.
Yeah, they're going to run because when you speak the truth, that's where you get the problem in this country. All right, that's my thing.
Thank you, caller, for coming through. Very true. So, Ian, you compare me or you class me with somebody else. Not someone as stupid as Darren Wade. Not someone as stupid as Darren Wade. No, not Darren Wade. Full idiot. No brain. And just loves attention. So you're going to see Darren Wade championing. And Darren Wade don't support North neither. Y'all remember when them PNC councillors they sell out the land in is it Triumph BV NDC? I think, yeah, the Triumph BV NDC. The ancestral lands of the people of the village with the PNC councillors sell out the land to some company, and it's a big court battle now to get back the land. Y'all remember how we found out about that? It was Minister Dharamlal who went in there and ordered the audit of the NDC because of the discrepancies. And if you remember, Darren Wade made a video being upset about these same persons who sell out the flapping people land, running for LG again in the same NDC from the party. If y'all remember, big story, right? So, Ian, don't do your buy that. Don't do your buy that at all. Don't do your buy that. I just finish my sentences. I don't throw myself no way down the road. I got multiple suits that fit me. Multiple suits that fit me. So please, please. Also, last night he had making the case with the Honorable Susan Rodriguez, Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Water. And on her program last night, she outlined government's vision and priorities since taking office in 2020. And she emphasized the inclusivity, the democracy, and the equal opportunity that the government, this Irfanani-led government, is ensuring that is available to are available to all Guyanese, right? She discussed government's investment in education, health, housing, clean water program. And we know these things, especially in housing and water, especially with this minister and her colleague minister, Minister Courdel, who are weekly in the regions, either commissioning new oil well, looking at locations for new housing schemes, looking at the housing programs in the areas, ensuring that persons receive what they're bargaining, what they voted for, or what was promised in the manifesto by the People's Progressive Party Civic. She also explained the significance of the government scholarship program in supporting higher education and livable wages. She touched on the commitment to democracy, stressing the government's commitment to democratic principles and the importance of freedom of choice for people. And we saw that. Do you know that the PBP had an elections petition which has not been heard yet in relation to the 2015 elections? But you didn't see them talking madness around the place. They went back to the ground, they won the hearts and the minds of the people with a proper manifesto, and now that they're in government, they're implementing that manifesto so that when the elections come around again, they can say, hey, look, this is what we promised you, this is what we delivered. And based on this, you're saying give us another chance. That is something the opposition could not do. Based on what? The school buses, the book bags that used to lose up in 2 weeks. Based on what people were voting for the AP and UAFC in 2020. Based on what? Granger card boards, George Norton drug ban. Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
You don't allow the available.
The who?
The compressor.
And call me back after the program. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Morning to the Imam there in Sophia, doing a lot of work with the youths. Morning to Miss Tracy Martindale there in Bartico. Right? Anyway, the minister also touched on plagiarism, because we see it a lot in the coalition. Even at the LGE, they copy certain things from the PVP's manifesto. So it's like they don't have any ideas of their own to bring to the people to say, hey, this is what we're going to do for you. This is what could happen. This is what we're going to be able to implement for you. Right? The minister spoke about the government's social policies, such as the pension subsidy, the school grant, the reduction in taxes, the grants for the business community, the assistance to the agriculture sector, the assistance to the fishery industry, the creation of jobs. These are things that we cannot contrast during the coalition period. Right? We couldn't contrast these initiatives that we're seeing now. There's nothing similar to contrast it to during the coalition period. Nothing. The coalition added taxes to the people, even to the pensioners. They took away the school grant from the children. $10,000 they couldn't give those kids, the kids to help them get to school. But this administration is able to find, as of now, $40,000 to make available to the youths, the student population of this country, public and private. The people who are supposed to defend our borders against the Venezuelans or anybody who is trying to make an incursion into this country, the people who are supposed to maintain law and order within the country, the people who's coming out your house when the fire catch it, or wet the next one so that the next one ain't burned down. All those joint services, they took away their bonus because apparently it's a bribe for them only. That's the only that is how we view their service. The only way we could give them something extra is because it's a bribe. And that's why I usually say contrast what we had then to what is there now, and even what was there before. And I'm glad that I mentioned this. It allowed me to remember this point. The coalition lamented over and over about corruption and thievery and pedophile and 400 Afro guys getting murdered and this and that and all kind of thing. Which one of those allegations they were able to put before the court and have somebody charged for? Which one? Nothing. Pedophile 1 to 6, even if they put 1,000 pedophile, not a soul. Nobody landing and take back. Nothing. Nobody go to jail. Nothing. Under the coalition. All this corruption that was supposed to be happening in government, the millions and billions of dollars of corruption that go into friends, family, and favorites, as they put it. Who was arrested for collecting the money? Who was arrested for misappropriating government funds to the friends and the family and the favorites? Nobody. You know what did happen whilst the coalition was in government? Winston Jordan nearly go to jail. Right? Winston Jordan nearly go to jail. The cases they brought against Winston Brassington, whichever cases were brought against Winston Brassington and Ashley Singh, now minister, thrown out. No merit, no evidence. We're talking about. So we see the coalition on more than one occasion showing us, well, you can't show you anything because you're seeing anything in the leadership there, right? Minister Rodriguez went on to give a little critique of the leadership of the opposition, citing a lack of substance and credibility. And I played a video for you guys yesterday where Aubrey Darton said, when they can't come to you about corruption, when they can't come to you about lack of competence or lack of intellect, right? I love the fact that the minister last night on our program had to reiterate what was mentioned by U.S. Secretary of State Blinken when he was here. When he said the opposition needs to engage in constructive conversations. That is a nice way of saying, stop talking stupidness. Nobody don't want to hear that. Come to the table with something that makes sense. Right? And I'm sure this is after Aubrey Norton would have outlined his vision for Guyana to this gentleman. So at least you can understand where he's coming from. one of the things she did as well is point out specific instances where the opposition leader made false claims, such as winning the local government elections, such as having the SOP, such as, y'all remember when he was at a party, right? I can't remember who party it was, some function. He was talking to the vice president, and he made the claim that if he agrees to debate, he can show him the SOPs, right? And like tackle on me outside ask the president, like, yo, bro, with these SOPs, you said this man thing. I never said that. Never said that. I don't know where these people think they're living in, or if they think it's born on time where you only had landlines or them kind of things. That persons globally not seeing you, hearing what you're saying, and picking up that you talk and stupidness. Right? So again, Minister Rodriguez reiterated that persons need to pay attention to the tactics and the narratives of the opposition, especially emphasizing that certain media outlets and social media activists in Guyana represent a negative view of the country's situation. So despite whatever positive is happening in Guyana, you'll never hear that reflected in their reporting or in their assessment of what is happening in the country. Just the other day, I saw a nurse that lives on the west side driving to work on the harbor bridge. Took a photo of the piles that are driven in the river there. And you know what the post said? Or 4-lane crossing taking shape. So Guyanese are real and they see what is happening. So despite whatever the opposition puts out there, Guyanese see and they understand that things are moving forward, and despite whoever wool or whoever little dry grass out of Congress Place yard that catch a fire, they're trying to pull over these people's eyes. They're seeing what is going on. The minister also advised persons looking at the program, and I'm advising y'all here, to consider the opinion of the international financial institutions and leaders from developed countries for a more unbiased assessment of Guyana's progress. Right? The international financial institutions, not Elson. International financial institutions. And I'm guaranteeing you, they have more experts than whoever else Lo think he got in his brain there. Right? Definitely. Listen to the leaders, Prime Minister Motley, the Amir who was here, the Secretary of State who was here, the outgoing ambassador who on Garden Mosley show, when he tried to lead you down a path to saying nothing is going on for Guyana, said people need to open up their eyes. Things are happening. They got development happening all over the place. So I was glad that the ambassador could have rubbished that foolishness that Garden Mosley was coming around her with. Right? The Inter-America Development Bank report was cited by the minister as a vindication of the government's stewardship over the past 3 years. Right? Carl, good morning.
Yeah. When you're talking about Garden Mosley, Garden Mosley changed from Bobby Success.
Thanks, Carl. Right? And key points from this ID report for persons to focus on. I love these viewers, I love key points that persons should focus on the IDB report. The high economic growth, the declining unemployment rate, the moderate moderate inflation rates, and the growth in the lending to the private sector. Right? Y'all look at those in context of Guyana's development and what's happening and changes happening in Guyana. Look at those points. The minister explained the significance of Guyana's macroeconomic context and how it relates to fiscal policy. The minister acknowledged global economic challenges such as high inflation rates, the war in some countries, and the shortage of goods and services as challenges in the global economy. But yet, Guyana is still moving forward and pushing ahead. The minister also contrasts rising interest rates in developed countries with the declining interest rate in Guyana, attributing to this government's policy and the housing program. Right? She spoke about job creation, the construction sector's growth, and its role in the job creation in Guyana. The minister highlighted that with all that is going on now, people got to build buildings, people got to lay blocks, somebody got to mix the cement, somebody got to drive the cant and bring the materials, somebody got to walk in the store to sell the materials to the contractor. Right? All these things that are happening, war, and these things stimulate spending in the economy. And this here, as a result of that, these things lead to development. The minister also touched on the International Monetary Fund report, right? And this report is projecting Guyana's economy to expand by 38% in the current year. The report attributes this growth to the government's modernization plans and the oil sector's expansion. So I love when Minister Rodriguez comes on a program and she's able to share these things. Share these things so persons can understand where Guyana is, where it's going, and how it's getting there. I remember the vice president on interview with Glenn Lal on his radio station. He said, you cannot get the opposition MPs or the minister, the president, or the leader of the party to come and sit down on one of these programs or a program that is not friendly to them and defend their points or make their case. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. You're not going to see it. So that's all for today. I was really glad to be here with you guys. Really glad to share this information with you. Remember, 2 o'clock today, the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic, Dr. 𝒏𝒂𝒔𝒆, will be having his press conference. So please ensure that you guys tune in on his Facebook page. And right here on the news desk, my Facebook page as well, and the YouTube channel, will be streaming the press conference of the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party for the 14th of September 2023. Make sure you guys tune in. Also, vacancies, y'all check out the Guyana Manganese. They're looking for some persons, so y'all could check out some of these vacancies here. Persons looking for work, they got a lot of these pages on Facebook that advertise these vacancies, and I'm going to start posting them on my page as well, so that persons who are interested in employment or who they claim they can't find employment, we could help you, guide you to where they're hiring. Also remember, it mightn't be the ideal job, but something is better than nothing. It's better to start somewhere than to remain nowhere. So it's better for you to have that little money coming in until you find exactly what you want to do, rather than you sit at home doing nothing and probably blaming the government because, you know, Paul, wait there, buddy. The people want to know wait there with no one steak you had on the grill. You live in a selfish life. You got to feed the other people in the house, Paul. That you alone like eat meat. Anyway, that's all the time we got for today. It was lovely being here with you. Shout out to iSecure Security Services. for making sure we're here with you guys every morning. Your security secure. Call them for static armed K9 community security options, all sorts of things there. They got fireballs, all sorts of things. iSecure, head over to Congress Place. Head over to Congress Place and see if they gotta get any fireballs over there. Because Congress Place got fire. They got fire in the yard there. So y'all, iSecure, head over there. Help them out. Help them out. Anyway, like I said, that's all the time I have for today. It was really lovely being here with you guys. Be safe on the roadways. Watch out for those that are not watching out for you. Remember, the kids, they're out at school again. So please be cautious. Too many fatalities on the road. We need to curb the way we drive in. And some of y'all with these tints, the 1% is not necessary. I mean, I had it. It's ridiculous. You cannot see. You cannot see. You can't see, especially in the night. You can't see. So even if you're putting on the tint, be reasonable with it, man. Be reasonable with it. Remember to be good and real Guyanese. Peace, love, one Guyana, folks. Have a great day. And I think you got cricket tonight as well. So if you're headed out to the cricket, be safe and enjoy yourself.
Put your hand them in the air if you're not racist. I pledge myself to honor always. I will never disgrace this. Then want peace how we mop. Wait your mother. We not get you that. No, not one corrupt.